Blessings, 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 my sports to the bone family. Back at it again with another video. We're here once again after another test series defeat. For some reason, this one is not as burning or as stinging as others that we have witnessed in the past. I don't know if I'm too easily pleased or I'm just not ambitious enough, but even though we lost the series, I am thinking to myself, especially with the fight that we saw in the second game, and if we are really honest, if we would really be honest, we didn't expect the players to really put up such a fight in the second game. We are always hoping for it. We ask for it. They say the ball is round, so anything can happen. But we have become so accustomed to the guys not really showing a fight. So when they show, a fight and put up a good performance, it's even difficult for us to accept it. We are always going to curse and look for something to really nitpick at. And there are some positives that we can really highlight. Obviously, you want to win, right? But there are some positives that you can highlight. And in the end, it was a comfortable victory for India. They won by 7 wickets, and they had basically an entire day. So, it was a comfortable win. But I can pull things apart and look at things, how I look at it, where how the teams are set up right now. I think that we gave a good account of ourselves, especially in this second game here. The first game not so much, but we gave a good account of ourselves. And just to quickly just take you back through the numbers, we had day 5 last night, our time leading into this morning, right? India, they were able to get that 121 for victory. I think it was only 58 that they went into day 5 needing. They won by 7 wickets. So scores in the game again: India 518 for 5 declare, West Indies 248. India, they enforced the follow on. West Indies went on to get 390, which not very often you see West Indies getting close to 400 in a test. We see people typing in the comment section that, oh, the pitch was flat and India is a mid-tier team. Yes, I saw somebody say India is a mid-tier team, and if that is what I'm asking for, that is and the pitch was flat and all of that. But I'm wondering, if the pitch was that flat, why didn't all 5 Indians make century, right? If the pitch was so flat and they were so, and it's because of the flatness of the pitch why our guys chipped in and got runs. Not saying that the pitch was difficult to bat on, but why, see, now we can't give our guys credit for the runs that they score. Why we don't say that all the Indians should have make centuries then? So they got the target of that 121. They won with 7 wickets, by 7 wickets, right? So just to give you a quick reminder, in the first innings we had a couple of centurions for India. Jaiswal 175, and we also saw Shubman Gill, the captain, getting 129 not out. And West Indies, in their first innings, it was Alec Arthanes and Shea Hope that did some work, right? Arthanes getting 41, Hope getting 36, and we also saw Tejan Chandapur getting 34, right? Jamel Warrican in the game, he really and truly did a lot for us. It's not like we, first innings it was only 5 wickets that we picked up and 3 in the second innings. So the spinners had some joy, but the batsmen still had some help there. So Warrican picked up those 3 wickets in the first innings, and I saw somebody saying that Warrican needs to be, while he was bowling and he was the only one taking the wickets, while I might not agree on a lot of things that have happened, you understand, I don't know how you can be that a man is the one taking all or majority of the wickets, and while he's bowling we're saying that he shouldn't be in the team. Right? So that is how it went, my people. And West Indies in the second innings, we saw John Campbell getting that 115 and Hope 103. Also, we saw a fighting knock from Justin Graves, and we cannot leave out Jaden Seals' fighting knock of 32. Raston picked up 40 runs also. Right, so I want to say a shout out to the guys there. You know, they gave a good account of themselves in this game. As I said, I can deal with defeats. It's just how you end up being defeated is my issue. I can deal with my team losing, especially when I know that you know, the team that we are taking on, they're a cut above us. You know, Raston picked up 2 in the last innings there and Warwick and 1. Especially when I know that a team is a cut above us. You know, I can look into it and say that, you know, we definitely have a long way to go, but I saw some fight. I definitely saw some fight. I said this in the video last night. It doesn't necessarily mean we have turned the corner or we're gonna go and beat up New Zealand and we're always gonna score over 250, 300 in every innings. It doesn't mean that. It just means that, you know, we see that there is potential, right? Potential is a word that you have to be careful with, because these guys that especially that showed out with the bat, is not like they are 22, 23, 24. You can say potential, you know, they are in their 30s. Shea Hope and John Campbell. So, you know, potential is there that, you know, this team that they are put together now, they can go on to do some work for us in the next few test matches coming up. But if you look at the depth of the squad, if you look at what we have to replace our out and out seamers, if you look at what we have to use to replace if 1 or 2 of our batsmen get injured, you would realize that we still have a far way to go. You know, CWI, they are working on things on their side. According to them, you know, they are putting things in place to make sure that the pathway is better, and, you know, they can have better cricketers coming through to get into the West Indies team. I was listening to an interview that was done by Brian Lara, and, you know, he was saying that the onus is on CWI to really convince the players to get them to convince the players to play test cricket. You know, we all know what the main issue is, because prior to the whole heap of T20 leagues and stuff, everybody was working extremely hard. You get called up for your team, for your national team, you don't dare turn it down because you might not get called again. Right now, right, people get called and they turn it down left, right and center because there are other leagues. And I mean, it's not like I'm saying that they should only answer to CWI, because, you know, I am not naive. The guys have to cash in, they have to do what they need to do, and at the same time, you know, I'm not going to say that CWI is the clearest or the most transparent organization that, you know, say, boy, if I go and score a 400 or a 500 runs in the championship, and, you know, if I pick up 20, 25 wickets or so, bowling well, doing well these 2 seasons, do well in the first class, in the 4-day championship, do well in Super 50, doesn't necessarily mean you will be picked. You might hear that, listen, these are the roles that we have, these are the guys that we are looking at for this role. Even though when we drop you, we tell you that you need to go back and perform, and we will look at you again. When you are performing, when you are doing well, it doesn't necessarily mean you will get in, because we might not have a role to fit you, right? So we have to bear in mind that, you know, these things are happening, the players are looking at it. You know, they definitely have senior guys from that have played, or retired players that will be showing them things and will be saying, listen. And it don't necessarily mean these retired players are saying go and give your all to West Indies. They are saying this is what we went through, this is what is happening, you know, you should make sure that you are making this decision and making that decision. So it's a lot. You might be able to convince the players to say, yeah, come and play, but remember, there is we have evidence out there of players that would have done well, and for some reason, you know, they just can't get the pick. So want to make sure that we are getting all of that right. So you know, we finished off this series on a losing note. Well, not like we won the first one, but another defeat in a series, you know. But as I said, there are some things that happened, especially in this final game, that fans that really and truly sacrifice themselves will appreciate. You know, fans out there will appreciate, and we're looking forward to the guys just, you know, keeping on and seeing if they can continue to improve you know. But gonna leave this one right here for now, my people. The aim is to do a live pretty soon to try and see if we can wrap up everything in a bow, finish off this series, and look forward to the Bangladesh white ball series. I think after that we have New Zealand red ball. We have New Zealand that we're gonna play some test match and thing. But you know, we want to do a live show so we can have a good conversation, my people. I know I've been promising you all, but you know, busy like busy signal. But we're gonna leave it right there for now. Big up.